New York City never sleeps. Skyscrapers touch the sky, cars rush by, and people move faster than the city lights. In the middle of it all walks Ethan Carter, 26. He has a dream, a visible success. Yet today, as he scrolls through social media, he wonders quietly, why am I behind? Jake just bought a Tesla. Mia launched her startup. Ryan is on a beach in Bali. And Ethan? He is still struggling in his small marketing job, trying to pay rent. Every post feels like a knife twisting in his chest. At night, Ethan lies awake in bed. Shadows of the city stretch across his walls. His thoughts race faster than the cars outside. He whispers to himself, "Why am I behind? What am I missing?" The next morning, Ethan makes a choice. He will work harder than anyone else. He wakes at 4 a.m., sits at his desk, coffee in hand, determined to prove himself. Days turn into nights. Ethan works 14 hours a day. Friends disappear from his life, hobbies vanish, and sleep becomes a stranger. At first, the power feels thrilling. Then it becomes crushing. 3 months later, Ethan collapses. The doctor looks at him concerned. "You're only 26. Why is your body acting like you're 50? Ethan forces a smile. "I just want to succeed." The doctor replies, "Success without health is just a decorated failure." To heal, Ethan visits Mr. Harold, an elderly watchmaker in his hometown. The tiny shop ticks with hundreds of clocks. The smell of old wood and metal feels comforting. Perhaps here he will find a lesson he seeks. Ethan asks, "Why do you fix old watches when people use smartphones now?" Mr. Harold smiles, holding a delicate antique timepiece. "Because time is more than numbers," he replies softly. Mr. Harold shows 2 watches, one shiny and new, the other old and scratched. Which is more valuable? Ethan guesses the shiny one. Mr. Harold opens both. Inside, they are similar. Value isn't what you show, it's how you function. Ethan feels something shift inside him. "Tell me, Ethan," says Mr. Harold, "are you running with time or fighting it?" Ethan leans on the counter, surrounded by the rhythmic ticking of hundreds of clocks. He doesn't have an answer yet, but he knows he must find one. For days, Ethan watches Mr. Harold repair clocks. Some tick faster, some slower, each one unique, yet all serving the same purpose. Slowly, Ethan begins to understand. "If every clock ticked the same way," Mr. Harold says, "they would lose their uniqueness." Ethan's eyes widen. Perhaps, he thinks, his life doesn't need to match anyone else's. That night, Ethan sits in his childhood room, staring into the mirror. No city chaos, no Instagram, just himself. For the first time in months, he listens to his own heartbeat, not the noise outside. He opens Instagram again. Jake, Mia, Ryan, their successes sparkle on screen. But this time, Ethan doesn't feel jealousy. He feels curiosity. Perhaps their path is different, not better. "I was comparing my behind the scenes to their highlights," he whispers. A wave of relief washes over him. The pressure loosens slightly, and a new perspective begins to bloom. The next day, Ethan returns to Mr. Harold. "How do I know if I'm doing enough?" he asks. Mr. Harold hands him a small broken clock. The lesson is about to get deeper. "This clock stopped years ago," says Mr. Harold. "It tried to tick faster than it could. The spring snapped." Ethan's eyes widen. "You don't lose by going slow," Mr. Harold continues. "You lose by breaking yourself trying to be fast." For the first time in months, Ethan feels light. He understands. His life has its own rhythm, its own clock. He doesn't need to match anyone else's pace. Returning to New York, Ethan walks through the streets differently. He's not chasing validation. He's present. He smiles, breathes, and notices life around him. He still works hard, but with balance. Laptop, coffee, water, and focus. No obsession, no burnout, just passion and consistency. Ethan calls his parents. Laughter fills the phone. Connection replaces stress. Joy replaces envy. He puts down his phone. No need to compare, no need to race. For the first time, he feels free. He begins a side project, something he loves. Creativity flows. Passion drives him, not applause. Each small success feels real, not filtered. His projects gain recognition. Clients trust him. His work shines. But Ethan feels calm. He knows his journey is his own. One day, an email arrives. Ethan is invited to speak at a leadership seminar. His journey, once invisible, is now inspiring others. On stage, Ethan speaks to hundreds. He holds a small old watch as a prop. Every eye is on him, every ear attentive. The clock never waits, he says, but it doesn't compete either. It simply ticks. The audience leans in, absorbing each word. People stand. Some clap, some wipe tears. The lesson resonates. Comparison fades. Patience and consistency shine. Respect your pace. Your journey has its own clock. Comparison steals joy. Rushing steals health. Chasing applause steals identity. Live your rhythm. Your life has its own rhythm. Your clock ticks differently than anyone else's. Follow it, trust it, and in time, you will find your peace and true success.